This exercise asks us to write as a single integral of the form integral from a to b f of x dx, and then it gives us the integral from -2 to 2 f of x dx plus the integral from 2 to 5 of f dx minus the integral of -2 to -1 of f of x dx. So luckily we have these super useful properties of integrals that we can use here. So we have all these different things we can do, but I'm liking the looks of this property 5 because it tells me that I can take two integrals that end and begin at the same point and combine them into a single integral. So let's bring that one in and see where that gets us. Okay, here's the property right next to our exercise. And for p, we have an integral ending at p and the next one starting again at p. Well, here we have an integral ending at 2 and then the next one starting again at 2. So we use property 5 here to write these two integrals as a single integral. We can write that as the integral from -2 to 5 of f of x dx. dx minus the integral from -2 to -1 f of x dx. We want to use this again, but if only the -2 was up here at the top of this integral instead of at the bottom. Let's go back to our properties and see if we can find a useful property for that. How about property 2 here? Note that that one says we can change the limits of integration from a to b to a as long as we change the sign in front. Essentially make it a negative, or if it's already negative, make it a positive. So let's bring that property back into our exercise. Okay, now we've brought in property 2. We'll apply it to this situation here. The first part of this integral will stay the same. This part's okay, from -2 to 5. But we'll use this property 2 to change the second integral here. And we'll just change those limits of integration. So this becomes, first part stays the same, -2 to 5 f of x dx. And now the second part becomes plus the integral from -1 to -2 of f of x dx. So now I have a hard time picturing what this second integral represents when we think of it as the area under a curve, but mathematically it actually still works out. So now let's go back to our property 5 here. Since we have two endpoints that are matching, lower and upper, we can combine those into a single integral, which gives us a final integral of -1 to 5 of f of x dx.